Did you know that 1 out of every 4 seniors over the age of 65 end up hospitalized because of falls? Don't be one of them. Learn how to protect yourself against falls with these simple exercises that we're going to cover. But today we're going to talk about balance and the importance of balance, especially in terms of falling. There's a saying that I read somewhere, said we get injured because we move the body to a place it's either never been before or is not used to going. And that makes total sense. If you think about when we fall, we're moving the body in a place where we feel totally out of control. And that's why we fall. And many times get injured because of that fall. So we're going to train the body in a way where it can go to some of those places which give us a better chance of either stopping or surviving that fall without any serious injury. 2 types of training here. One we call static training and one we call dynamic. In static training, we overload the muscle in a stationary point of view and build strength that way. In a dynamic training session, we bring the body off center, simulating falling, which helps develop those supportive muscles, those subtle little muscles that support the body in a situation where it's not accustomed to be in. And it also does create connective strength. And that is when the muscle cannot support the action, it reaches out to other muscle groups to help it support whatever it is that the body is trying to do. So if we keep moving ourselves into those positions, then over time we strengthen those supportive muscles, and that helps support the main muscles, and that keeps us in control. So one thing to keep in mind is progressive exercises will build this strength and balance. Strength and balance kind of work hand in hand. So we want to move at a progressive rate. In other words, we want to start in a very introductory way, introducing the muscles to a greater workload, which builds the strength, but we do this gradually, just as if you were lifting weights. Lifting a barbell with 100 pounds on it, you wouldn't jump up to 150 pounds overnight. You would add little incremental weights onto the barbell until the muscles get stronger, and you would go that way. The same thing in what we do here. And in just a minute, I'm going to demonstrate a couple of those ways. So we're going to start with some static holds here to build strength and balance. As I said, those 2 work together. So grab yourself a chair and kind of follow along. Hang on to the chair, and we'll just shift the weight into the right foot. Now shift it into the left foot. And notice how that feels. As we shift back into the right foot, I'm going to lift my heel up. And then over to the left, lift my right heel up. And then flatten the feet. I'm going to come up onto the ball mounts of the feet. And I'm going to flatten the feet. Now over time, I'm going to be able to lift my foot up higher. Both sides, as the strength in the standing leg builds. Now let's take a look at dynamic balance. So I'm going to bring my arms back. I'm going to shift the weight into my right foot, and I'm going to bring my left foot back. Coming onto the ball mounts of the left foot. Now over time, I'm going to lift my leg up. And maybe I might hang on to the chair as I lift my leg up. and then over time lift it off so it's progressive again. Just try that on the other side. Take the right leg, move it back, hold on to the chair maybe, and just get the feel of the muscle groups working together to build balance. So now that you understand a little bit more about balance, the importance of balance, and balance training, it's time to introduce you to flexibility and mobility training. Because if we don't, you may think that all you need to do is practice balance. But these other components work together to create a fitness program and a stronger, more viable you. We're going to cover that in terms of mobility and flexibility training in the next video.